course, now the question and problem becomes, what else did we do in our sort of previous... not playthrough, but... it's a bit windy in here. We did call... It's still windy in here, what the... We did call our... Let's see, we called... Did we find anything in the locker room? Wasn't there something in the... Oh wait, that was a card, right? Yeah, that was a card we found in the... Oh, did we not do this?
Do you remember
Well, we probably
anything
did
else
these.
about Joe Dunn and Bobby Yale's argument?
So good thing we actually got it.
Not really, no. Only Joe yelling. If you do, I'll call off the fight and kick you out of the gym.
Joe Dunn or Joey Dunn?
Huh? Nobody called him Joey. Well, maybe his wife. Although, she didn't call him anything.
Yeah, we
after
did this
she died.
in a different order. Well, obviously.
Did you know Joe Dunn had a gun in his safe?
No way, man. He hated firearms. Although... when Bobby Yale was a teenager, he went through a crazy phase. Even dropped out of the gym and joined the gang. Nothing serious. Early one morning, he broke in the gym. Joe was already here and caught him red-handed. Bobby pointed the gun at Dunn and ordered him to open the safe. So, Joe opened it and asked Bobby to put the gun aside, leave the gang and start boxing again. I got here 5 minutes later and found Bobby crying like a baby in Joe's arms. Then he just stood up and put on his gloves.
Not all folks are as open-minded as Dunn. I happen to know who painted the lockers.
We might be
Arthur
able to
Tucker.
tell him later,
I knew it. I knew it was
remember
him,
the
that
gun?
bastard. I'm gonna whip the white out of him.
And the promise you made them and stuff. I don't think we've missed anything else. We should, of course, go over and talk in the diner. Just because now we have the extra, the writing and stuff, and she potentially left the ring. It does seem like maybe the cards aren't reset, which is nice. I guess that also makes it easy if you want to get all of them. You don't have to start your playthrough over and over and over in case you miss any. The problem is, even if they like did reset, I wouldn't know whether I'd picked them up earlier or not.
I know you're hiding something.
What?
You know what? You're the only woman who ever called Dunn Joey, except his late wife.
My goodness. I can't talk here.
That's gonna be an issue because we don't
My
have that
shift is
many
over
other
in
places
10
to go.
minutes. Can you wait a while?
Can I get a refill over here, Mary?
Coming right up.
feel like watching clocks is not gonna make
Mary
it feel
Purnell,
like the
the
time
angel
is
Joe
going
Dunn found in his
faster.
golden years.
We'd been seeing each other for almost 2 years. It all started with, well, weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn, before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant.
Mm.
Say no more. Paperwork.
He really hated it. One morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
He tried to make you smile.
He pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
Wait, we can...
One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day.
It could be a
So we
mutual
began
thing.
to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone.
But did you tell anyone?
Or perhaps you told someone else?
No one. Joey didn't want Sonia to hear about it from someone else before we were sure of the relationship. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was, and we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
So he asked you to marry him.
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring, and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
What about Yale? Wasn't he like a son to him?
Maybe you already noticed I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Thanks for sharing all that with me. Take care.
I lost my scarf a while back. Not sure where. And
Oh,
now, if you'll
that's why
excuse me, that's my
they said
laptop.
cover it. I was like,
A
that's-
pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Blacksad.
But
And also, she had the sweater had like a high collar. It's like her neck seems covered. What are we talking about? Mary has a cold. Alrighty. Have we seen... Wait, what happens if you go into the diner now? It's just closed, or someone else? Pardon, just barged into someone. Because I have no sense of what time of day it is. Okay, you are? Oh, never mind, back in...
damn.
Well, I assume that whoever comes back in 10 minutes isn't that useful for us, since they probably not know about the crime. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my surroundings and not where I was walking. Now we probably should not tell the daughter, because it's not our place to do so. But we should probably check if any, maybe she already knows, maybe there's something else she has to say. She did have, like, not napkins, but non-branded Kleenex. There we go. On her desk. Maybe she also has a cold? Because, you know, it's suspicious when two people have a cold. That's not common. Apart from the common cold. But also, since she said she had nothing more to say, so maybe that's changed now. Let's see, anything? No. Should have not. Yeah, press escape. No.
I never asked about the gym's insurance.
That's exactly what I'm reading now. So far, it looks like your standard small business policy.
You see, I've got this friend. He's a journalist, and the thing is, well...
I mean, we could always...
he would like to interview you.
Why?
A woman running a boxing gym? That's quite the story.
And how did this friend of yours find out, exactly?
Well, you know how these things...
I don't even want to hear you. I just hope you prove your professional worth before the day is
Surely
over.
his death is... I mean, the police has been here. So surely it's
There's
not
something I never asked you about your
that
father's will.
secret, is it?
All right. Thanks.
Again, we can't want us to say you're a lucky lady when... Hey, focus on where you're walking. I think we broke him. Seems like he's still a bit broken. Pardon. Okay, let's see if our boss has anything else to say now that we've done more stuff. Oh. You okay, buddy? We're just...
Smirnoff.
Joe Dunn, the boxing coach. You hear anything about his death?
Blacksad, is that you?
You got me. How's everything, Chief?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks for asking. Too much work as usual. As for Joe Dunn, he hanged himself. End of story. I'm too busy, John. I can't afford to put a single man on the case. Why are you asking?
Dunn and the gym's cleaning lady were about to get married.
Great. Call What's News. They'll know what to do with such an incredibly interesting piece of information.
The combination on Dunn's safe was her birthday. He even gave her a ring. You know, your typical suicidal bliss.
Okay, I'm still not convinced, but I might have something for you.
Oh? Oh, new location, I think.
Life is often off key, like a bad song. The notes come together but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music. And yet,
Oh, it's not a
there are
new...
ways to string them together to
It's-
create harmony,
Just a part that I hadn't noticed.
ways that are not always entirely in our hands.
You look tired, John.
I was born tired. I'm used to it.
You're not the only one. Yep, I'm beat and starving. Just got back from the annual
You
police
felt sorry
medical.
No, it's just... It
Not
was a
only
cool
did I have
line
to
and I wanted
fast,
to use it.
But I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water.
Because we're hardball detective, remember? Also, we should check those stats.
John.
See.
You alright?
I'm always all right.
Yep, that's the problem with us men. The thing is, I'd love to help you
Yeah,
out with this
let's
case,
tough
but
guy.
I can't. You know I work for the state of New York.
If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
You said you were starving. Why don't you go to the counter and order something?
Yeah, sure, good idea. If you'll excuse me.
We could do some felonious activity. Is that the right? As in felony? And something feline pun? Violent asphyxia caused. Case number, whatever, team B2, B3. Joseph Richard Dunn. Widower. Well, if he's listed as a widower, because otherwise, she could have inherited if they were married. But if he's a widower, then it goes to the daughter. Violent asphyxia caused by rope around the neck. The neck presented 4 ring-shaped marks around the entire circumference caused by said rope. Really? No internal autopsy was performed since external evidence seems sufficiently conclusive. Swollen and slightly scraped knuckles on the subject's right hand. Probably caused recent trauma. Caused by it,
Interesting.
surely.
Now that I think of it, I better eat at home. It's healthier.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Truth is, John, it all seemed clear to me before, but
Do you
now,
want some mustard and ketchup while you're here?
please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands.
You.
I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
Let's be mysterious.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
Now let's go and take the law
Sure.
into our own hands.
You can count on it.
Take care, John.
As always, Smirnov had given me new, potentially relevant information. Not to mention second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
Oh, 3 of them. Okay. Let's get in there. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, but there is nothing about apart from his, like, weight and stuff. But then what? How are we gonna get 3 out of this? I mean, it could be these and his knuckles and paint, and someone threw it in the trash. Is that finally? Hey, we finally got it.
Dunn must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
Yeah, but we got 2 more, right? Dunn threw it in the. I was about to say toaster. Oh, we only got 1 more. Yeah, he has 4 different neck marks. And the chest expanded in the trap. Well, that's not exactly, but... Oh, no. Already no. I don't think that has anything to do with... Maybe? No, okay. There's 4 different neck marks. We have the chest expander. I mean, we could go. They don't seem exactly relative, but let's... No, I didn't think so. Can we... Did we start with this earlier and went... Yeah. So let's... Just to make sure. Well, at least we know that since there's a 1, that there is a thing here. So he did have 4 different. Could it be because he wanted to call off? I can't remember if we... I think we did that one already. Does his weight have anything to do with like his height or something, that he wouldn't be able to get that high up maybe? Yeah, like I'm guessing it was higher up than he is. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't tall enough to hang himself on that noose. Oh, we can... A new deduction. Oh, we're motoring here.
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose. There's no way Dunn hanged himself.
Yeah, he was killed with the chest expander, and then they put the noose
Not on
around
his
him,
own, at least.
probably, and just pulled him up. Because that's a lot easier than having to, like, lift him and stuff. But we should have another one to do. Let's see here. I mean, we do still have this. And the... Hey!
Bobby Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Oh, it's all coming together. Let's go back in. Let's see, what do we have now? Well, it should be easy because there's not that many.
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
No, I don't think so. That doesn't seem right.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
Yeah.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him.
I mean, we literally opened his earlier his locker. Someone else could have done that as well. Or if he,
in any case,
he
that
laid
doesn't change a
he
thing.
let it like just lay around somewhere.
It does,
could have taken
actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything.
Well, one thing that's
So
changed
please
is
hurry.
that the rhino is less likely to
Time's
kill us now.
wasting.
Next time he sees us. Can't tell me we're wasting time. There's not a timer on
Anna's
screen.
indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
May I?
Apology accepted. But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Yeah, I know why
I don't
you're
think my fellow
apologizing.
workers treated you
Apologizing?
with the respect you deserve. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit.
It cost me like
thing
15
is,
bucks.
They didn't know
I assume
we
you're gonna
shared
pay
a
for that,
common
right?
goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please,
Also,
kindly accept
you
my
can't be
invitation.
intimidating
Why not share our findings?
while like brandishing a zap,
Come on.
while the other guy's brandishing a gun. It's like, yeah, you have a stick. Sure.
Of course. You don't mind
But-
me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Aw, I think you look mighty dapper, Mr. Blacksad. Although, if those wrinkles were to rub off on me... Ha ha ha! I always play it nice and safe.
I mean, if you're willing to waste that much of a cigarette, you can't really now then later say, oh, it's hard times and I'm not getting paid enough. That was like 83% of a cigarette still left. High roller. Big spender, one of them.
Thank you, Blacksad. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work together.
I always work alone.
You know, if everyone worked solo, many people would suffer.
Yeah, but I'm a
Look at
hardboiled
me.
detective,
I
so
could go it alone, but I don't.
that's because you're not as good
Please,
as
hear
I,
me out.
as
Let's
me,
say I
as I.
bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, one of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply 2 grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most importantly, we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
I can't really say.
Well, I can. Nothing. But I'll tell you what is wrong. The way our government is ruining America. We live in a so-called free country. A place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me,
Oh, what do we go? We do the
with
safe
all due
option.
respect, it's none of your business.
Ooh, all right. Never mind then. In any case, that's not my point. The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. Blacksad, is just wrong. I'd even say it's
I'm not sure
unconstitutional.
they do, because
You get my point now?
they are not very. Fair enough.
All right, I get your point.
Ha! I
Surely
knew
all
you
of the
would.
laws and
when the government passes
boards,
these
they
laws, there's only one legitimate
ran
weapon the
to
people can
find out who
wield.
was a communist
the
and
same
who wasn't,
weapon
sort
that
of
turned America into a great
shows
nation.
that they are not that
Civil
keen on
disobedience.
communists.
So,
Who were.
as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
Sure, let's.
You might have a point.
There's 2
In
people with
certain
weapons
cases,
behind us.
civil
Let's
disobedience
play
is
this
both
safe.
right and duty.
Exactly. And when you hear just how I've transformed this business, you'll agree even more. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran the show. That
The reindeer?
nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude.
Did the
I
guy in the
decided
back
to
had
help
red eyes?
people so they would help me.
That beating
Yeah.
your thugs gave me was really helpful.
Looking
Thank you
pretty red.
so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first,
I told him.
but when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
The buffalo.
It was just Wilson.
That bastard. Don't you worry. I will have a serious talk with him. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. Blacksad. You see, a lot of people work for me. Many families depend on my business. Not only that, St. Christopher's Hospice practically lives on my donations. The widows of my late employees are set for life. Their kids get free schooling. The cops leave me alone because they know my business doesn't hurt anyone. On the contrary. And, it looks like we're here.